What's up, everyone? Today I have I guess you could call it a case study, but this is not a win. In fact, this is a loss and, pretty substantial loss, $23,000 surplus. So let me give you the backstory behind this and what went down. So I got a call today from a person so today is May 17th. Yeah, May 17th. We had reached out to this individual in January, so about 5 months ago, letting them know about their overage. And here is a scenario behind this property. This is a tow, so tax overage, divorce situation, so divorced couple. Wife was the person that we made contact with, and she claimed that she was awarded the house in the divorce decree. And so we sent her paperwork. In January, followed up again, resent paperwork again in March. And then today she called me, she had some questions, wanted to move forward. So before we got too far along, I pulled the case up and found out that the money has already been dispersed. It was dispersed to the ex-husband. She claims she was awarded the property in the divorce. I cannot verify that. I do not have a copy of the divorce decree. So it's a he said, she said type of deal. I don't know. But here's the bottom line. The bottom line is we failed. We didn't impress upon her the importance of filing a claim. And ex-husband went ahead and filed and got the entire amount. Now, he very well could be entitled to the full amount. Again, I have not seen the divorce decree. So again, this is all hearsay, but I thought there was a lesson to be learned from this. And the lesson is the price of inaction can be very high on both ends, right? Like, obviously, if we had submitted something and if she was indeed entitled, we would have got a copy of the decree, filed that. And if she was entitled, well, how much did her inaction cost her? Well, if we do the math, if I pull up my calculator here, if I can find it here, let's just do the math. So 23,000, and let's say we negotiate a 70-30 split, 70% to her. Well, her inaction just cost her about $16,000. Okay. But this goes both ways as well. My inaction, my team's inaction, this one's on me, because what I should have done is should have followed up more, should have been a little more aggressive in the follow-up, a little bit more, and also in, monitoring the case as well. So I failed in my follow-up. I did not follow up enough times. Maybe if I had followed up an extra time, if we had sent paperwork a third time, perhaps we would have been able to get this deal. And so what did my inaction cost me? Well, if we had, this is all assuming that she's entitled, right? And that if she had signed up, and if we had done a 70-30 split, well, that was a $6,900 payday that I lost because of my inaction, my failure to follow up, my failure to monitor the case. And so I thought I would highlight this and pose the question: what is your inaction costing you in your life? What is the inaction in your life costing you? It's an interesting question, right? Like, there's all things that we know we should be doing, or there's things that we know we can do better at. In this case, I should have followed up more, and I didn't. And it cost me a good chunk of change, potentially. And so what about you? What is inaction costing you in your life? Whether it's, and it's not just business, right? It's not just financial, it's not just financial losses. It could be the loss of time, could be the loss of health, could be the loss of relationships. We lose things often because we fail to do the things necessary in order to keep or gain that which we want. So it's a good lesson. Good lesson. I hope you can learn something from that. Learn from my failures, guys. Learn from my mistakes. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And the older I get, the more I realize nobody has it figured out. Yes, there are people that are more knowledgeable in certain things than others. We all have different experiences, but nobody knows everything. Nobody has the perfect business. Nobody has the perfect life. Nobody has the perfect family. We are all just trying to figure out this thing called life. And so, I do what I can to share my lessons, my wins, as well as losses, things I've done right, things I've done wrong. Hope you will do the same, that you'll help others around you. And hopefully that you found a little bit of value from the content that I put out as far as overages and business and all that. So that's it for today, guys. Learn from my mistakes, learn from my failures, as well as wins, and just learn as much as you can. And don't let inaction cost you that which you desire in life. Okay. So if you're willing to share, what inaction is costing you, shoot us a comment down below the video. And appreciate y'all watching. Here's one other lesson that I learned from this case. So we first sent out paperwork in January 29th, followed up again in March. The client did respond and say that they were somewhat skeptical of the process. They said, yes, we are aware of the funds. Yes, we are aware of the foreclosure sale. But there's a lot of fraudulent people out there, and we're not really, not sure if this is the right fit for it. It's based on paraphrasing, but that's basically what they said. And I should have, 5 minutes after I received that email, I sent a follow-up asking if they received everything, but I failed to really address that objection. And what I should have done is been like, totally understand, sent them some case studies, sent them testimonials. And so that is another failure on my part in this case, is failing to address the objection. Because I think had I addressed that earlier, maybe they would have signed up and maybe we would have been able to do this deal. So again, lack of handling objections and identifying and being aware of those, and lack of follow-up were my two biggest pitfalls from this case that never happened. And unfortunately, I hope that she's able to work things out with her ex and share some of those funds. But in her case, it was a $16,000 loss. And in ours, about a $6,000 loss. So because we failed to act in the appropriate manner. So don't let that happen to you guys. There's something you need to do, whether it's in business, life, whatever it is, with your health, do it before you end up losing, or not just losing, but not obtaining that which you want. I would still consider that a loss, right? Never getting where you want to go. I think that would be considered a loss, right? So anyway, that is it for today. Post your takeaways down below. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you guys.